Imagine me being married to your daughter, right? We are living together, life is good, and then on a certain day, ne, as we are married, on a certain day, she happens to lose her life, and then I then, obviously, the first suspect will be me. Even if I'm the one who died, the first suspect is her. It's a logic as it does happen. Now, imagine in that case where I am the first suspect. Then I go to her family and I said to her family, I don't owe you any explanation. Imagine if that person was loved by people in general. Maybe let's say it was a famous person. And then I then say, I don't owe you, the family, and the society an explanation about how he died. How do you think the family will feel? How do you think people will perceive you going forward? How do you think people should treat you going forward? Do you think people should treat you with respect? Do you think it's the right thing to say? Or you say it because maybe the people that are backing you are the most powerful and influential people in society. So you kind of feel like you are untouchable. I don't know. I don't understand how Zandi Khumalo will say something like that. And the reason I'm revisiting this it is because it has got much significance in this case. As we are pursuing the truth, we then have to look back and say, wait a minute, what happened in the past? But before we do that, are you interested to take this journey with me? If you are, then please stick around. As you stick around, there is just only few favors, or there are just only few favors that I'm looking for you guys. Number one, you subscribe. Number two, you like the video. Number three, you comment. Number four, you share this video. Number five, you watch this video until the end. Number six, you watch the ads. Why do you need to do all of these nice things, guys? Well, you need to do it because doing it, it does help out a lot when it comes to the YouTube algorithm to promote and spread this video to more people. But just beside the fact that I've said it, because I've said it, I want you to think of a moment about this. There was a statement that was released by Zandi. We will talk about the significance of that statement, right? But there was a statement that was released by Zandi Khumalo. I think it was around November 13, 2019. She wrote in a lengthy statement, right? This comes after a Sunday World have said certain things. Sunday World says, they said that contrary to the opinion then, it is even now we are being told the same thing. They say, contrary to the opinion that Senzo'S was killed. Sunday World went on to say, no. Actually, Senzo'S was killed while he was trying to intervene in a fight that was that occurred between this guy Ulongo Twala and Zandi Khumalo. So he stood in between of them and then he got shot. She responded then by saying, she wrote in her Instagram, she says, it is very sad and hurtful that after so many years after Senzo'S death, we still have to defend ourselves from people who are hell-bent on the theory that we are guilty. Hell-bent. Now, please notice the word, who are hell-bent. You know what I'm saying? We are called hell-bent and other people are called hell-bent. Now, I'm here asking myself this question. How do you believe a person that is unbelievable? To begin with, I'm just thinking to myself, how do I believe a person that is just unbelievable? Okay. You can't give three versions of the same incident and expect me to believe you. It cannot be that we are given different versions of a one story. Right, she continues to say, it really makes one wonder if Senzo'S family and society. Now, please notice the word here. Senzo and society are blended in one brush, or they're actually blended together, right? Not in one brush. Senzo'S family says we are guilty. Look, it makes one wonder if Senzo'S family and society that says we are guilty really want are really wants justice to prevail, or they just want to see the Khumalos arrested. Speaking about justice justice to prevail, I will tell you this, and I'm gonna say this. Justice is not what is perceived by somebody to be justice, but justice is what is perceived by the Constitution to be justice. Justice is a person who speaks the truth, nothing else but the truth. That is justice. And when that person, or as a consequences of that person speaking that truth and the truth alone, in return, justice can be served. I am saying, I find it difficult to believe everything if I have different versions of the same incident. Which one should I believe? Right? So, I often think to myself that because nothing stays hidden forever, if someday the person that killed Senzo get arrested and it turns out to be one of those it turns out to be one in the house as it will. Wait a minute. Hey. Wait a minute. What? Am I reading a statement from Zandi Khumalo, or it was said by somebody else in her Instagram? Listen to this thing. I'm just gonna read this. I often think to myself that because nothing stay hidden forever, if someday the person that killed Senzo Meyiwa get arrested, and it turns out not to be one of the people in the house as it will. Oh, okay, now it makes sense. Will the family and those who have crucified us be satisfied, or they will continue spewing untruth? I will believe it, provided that the story really makes sense. I'll believe it. For now, accused number 1 to 5, I don't believe it's them. I'm just going to be straightforward with you. I don't believe it's them. But if for instance, a person were to be arrested, right? And that person, even under cross-examination, we really can prove that really this person is the person who did it. I have no choice but to believe it. That's a fact. So we are facts driven, unfortunately. On the allegation that he was shot while trying to intervene on the fight between me and my then boyfriend Longetwala, I categorically deny that. I don't write this because I feel I owe those who have crucified us any answers. I write this because I feel that my name can't be continued to be dragged through the mud, and I keep quiet like I have nothing to hide. Let me not comment on this one. What I want is Senzo'S family and the society to know that after the truth that I have told the police, and the sympathy that I feel for them as they lost a hero, a son, brother, and a father after the hurt that I still feel for his passing, plus the way they treated my family since the incident, I owe them nothing. That is where my problem started. Can somebody teach Zandi Khumalo mannerism? And I'm still gonna say this. Do you remember the example that I made in the beginning? Okay, let me give you another scenario. You have a girlfriend or you have a wife, and then you cheat on your wife. Finally, truth catches up, or truth comes up, and then she catches you. Are you going to dictate how she's supposed to supposed to get angry, how she's supposed to react out of her anger. Are you going to dictate that? Or let me twist it. You are married over a period of 23 years. And as a person who's married over a period of 23 years, you have a child who's probably 21 years old. After 21 years raising this child, you get to be told, this is not your child. This is actually that child. And then you do a DNA. And then after doing a DNA, DNA confirms that this is not your child. Is this woman going to dictate how you should get angry? If you understand that, let me explain this. Perhaps you will understand. Do you know what makes Jacob Zuma Jacob Zuma? Let me explain this. Do you know what makes Jacob Zuma lovable by everybody? If you are watching a movie, have you noticed that a person that gets loved is, I'm going to use a Kwasi language, is the steering, not the boss. Don't worry. When I'm done with this, you will understand what I'm saying. Now, let me tell you this. Why is the steering get loved by people? It is simply because a steering is somebody that goes through afflictions, but who imposed the afflictions? It is the boss. Now, in the language of writing, we say people love the protagonist, but they don't love the antagonist. The antagonist in the Kasi language is the boss. The protagonist in the Kasi language is the steering. Why do people love the steering? Why do people tends to fall in love with the steering? They love the steering because the steering is relatable. The steering goes through afflictions, thus gather people's sympathy. And when people sympathize with something that they are familiar with, once you have done that, so because of that, it therefore creates the bond and the connectivity between normal citizens and that steering. Let me bring it home. Perhaps you'll understand where we're going with this. Have you noticed that Jacob Zuma, the mastermind, and that guy, he knows what he's doing. Jacob Zuma is always the sacrificial lamb. At least that's how he has managed to portray himself. And on top of that, he decided that he's going to build a home in Nkandla. I had an encounter with the former president. The last time he visited Zonke, I was with him. I'm the one that prepared his place there. Where he went out, he knows where he was before meeting people. I'm the one that prepared that place. That man, he arrived at that venue. When he arrived at that venue, he arrived in a BMW, old BMW. I'm like, hello, Matala. You wouldn't expect this man to arrive. The man of his stature. You expect him to arrive in this latest BMW, bulletproof cars. I arrived at an old BMW. You know what it says? He's relatable. A person who's there, Zonke, he's driving an old car. So for him to be relatable, he has to appear like on their level. He walked from that church to the ground. He walked and greeting people. You know what I'm saying? That's Jacob Zuma for you. He's relatable. Because he's relatable, it's easy for people to... Now, let me wrap it up. Only few people will understand this. Okay, it's fine. I'm not gonna... People will break it down in the comment section below. You'll understand what I'm saying. The problem with Zandi Khumalo, the Meyiwa family, they have this anger or this frustration, if I may say, towards you. But the manner in which you respond, you don't show signs of humility. You don't show signs of remorse, but you expect the public as well to believe you. forget and smile. You are losing the public's confidence. Not only are you losing the public's confidence, you are losing the public's trust. And no matter what you say, if you have done this, never. People who know the real mafias in life, they always make sure, like, you must look at these drug dealers. In order for drug dealers to capture their community, you know what they do? They sell drugs in this community, but also feed the older people in the community, thus making them loved by these people. They don't just remain antagonistic to the community. So in that way, you will hear a person says, I didn't have food, the government did not buy me food, but this man, the drug dealer, bought me food. Do you get a point? That's how they trigger their mind. I don't understand who's advising Abu Zandi Khumalo how you respond. So arrogant. So you are complete. Like, in order for you to buy us into your side, should have used this. The way you talk to people. Let me give a last example. Steve Compella, in response to Hugo Bruce used to be very rude when he is speaking. Maybe it's their culture, but in South Africa, Steve Compella's argument was, when you talk to people, especially in that position, you must talk to people in a manner that reflects that you are in high position, even if they are wrong, but you can't talk to them like that. I'm expecting Zandi Khumalo to understand that people might have this public perception about us, but the manner in which you respond should make people, it should at least cause doubt to people's mind, not to affirm their decision about you. But the way in which she responded, I don't think that I can buy into her idea. Rather, you are making me believe what other people are believing about you. Allegedly. I'm telling you. But I'll leave you. I'm not happy with how she responded. There's a sense of arrogance.